I hope you can't hear the street very well or as well as I can right now, but I'm trying something new. I've never gone live before on my phone. So hopefully you can hear me okay. Hopefully this is coming through. I don't even know if anyone's going to be here today just because I didn't advertise that I was going to go live. I kind of am out here on a whim today. Wanted to try it and wanted to try something new and wanted to just kind of go for it. And that is the theme that we are talking about today, because this kind of theme has been following me around a little bit. This kind of do it anyway theme, and go for it. Kind of don't get in your head and just do what you want to do. Do the thing that you want to do. So I have today off. Actually, today is the last day of school here for my kiddos, and they get out at like 10:50 and 11:50. And I thought, I'm going to take the day off, take them to the trampoline park after we're done, and drop them off and go swim. The whole swim, I thought about this, and I thought about coming on here on live, and I was like, do I want to do it or not? And yesterday, when I was like scrolling through YouTube a little bit on my lunch, I needed a break, and I came across a channel, and she was talking about just going live. And as I'm on here, there's a crop duster playing, because you should see where I am. It's so pretty. I don't know if you want me to like turn the camera around, but it's so pretty here. So I'm just like parked in this weird spot in the middle of a field. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna do it. But yesterday it was, see, here's this plane. All right, I'm gonna do it, you guys. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you can see the plane. It's like this little crop duster, but look at how pretty this is. Anyway, very green. Green's very pleasing to the eye for some reason. I came across this YouTube channel, and she was talking about just go live. Like, don't second guess it. Don't think about it. And I kind of thought about this for so many other things that we want to do. Sometimes we want to start a new exercise program or go back to school, or like me, I write some women's fiction novels, and that took some getting used to. Oh, the plane is landing right in front of me. That is so cool. I don't know. I have a fascination with planes. Sometimes we just need to do it. We just need to go for the thing and not overthink it. And I think that when we don't just go for it, we get in our head, and it stops us. Like, it self-sabotages us. And as I was swimming this morning, there's a whiteboard that if I'm doing breaststroke, I can see the whiteboard and read the hello everybody who's here. I'm so glad you're here. I'm just out here like literally on a whim, and kind of showing how we can just do things that maybe we're afraid of doing, and maybe we don't want to do. Maybe there's some things that hold us back, but we're like, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. And so anyway, I was swimming and I was doing some breaststroke, and I could see this whiteboard in front of me, and it said, even if there's something, there's always an inspirational quote. And it said something like, even if there's something that you aren't a professional in, do it anyway, or something like that. It was like, even if you're not really sure, do it anyway. And this theme kind of has been following me around. This morning, we were getting ready for the last day of school, and we're late. We're always running a little bit behind. Let me know, like, if this is you also, like literally every morning. And this morning we were behind, and my daughter forgot her drawing that she made for her teacher for the last day. And super chat, I'll definitely have to check on that. So we had to go back home, and we were way late. We were like 15 minutes late. We have never been late to school, and today, last day of school, we're late. And I thought, we're doing it anyway. We're moving forward, and we're going for the thing. So I thought I would come out here because I saw another video, and you know what? I think I have the notes. Do you do this? Do you guys have like sticky notes or notes everywhere that just follow you around? The woman I was listening to this morning was talking about how sometimes it's harder for women to do some things because we have to have our makeup done, we have to have our hair done, and it stops us. Sometimes those things stop us. And I'd like to think that we can get over that sometimes. Yeah, do your hair and makeup and everything, but then sometimes we still don't do it. And that's what she was talking about. I'm definitely in this boat. I have a lot of videos out there that I want to post that I still am like editing, and I edit them and I think, okay, I'm talking too slow. I'm not really getting to my point, so I'm not going to upload it. And these are the things that kind of stop me, is editing. And a couple people have commented like, you need to talk faster. And I'm like, yeah, I know I need to talk faster. I am a product of my dad, and he used to talk so slow. So I'm like, I'm sorry, that's just how I am. But part of me coming out here is like showing you that maybe we don't need to spend that half an hour tonight editing this video on this topic. We can just come out here and just do it anyway. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about, and I'm reading my notes really quickly, but it does take a mental shift kind of to just do the thing. And I know that they say that it takes 21 days to build a habit, and I don't know if that's true, because if you kind of think that way and you think, oh, 21 days sometimes feels like a long time to us to be committed to something in order to stick with it. And I think that that in itself might stop us from getting started. But I think it could just take the one time to do the thing. Oh, sorry, motorcycle. But I think it could take one time to get started with something and to make a habit. So for example, there's other platforms also to get the ball rolling. Yeah, I know. So I think that you could be coming home one day. I did this one day, and it's my example, and it's how I made a habit for a little while until softball season started, and then I didn't have this time anymore. But I always come home, I get the girls, I go home and I make dinner, and they go upstairs. They need a little bit of unwinding time, wash up a little bit, change their clothes, be in their room a little bit. Hello, thank you for being here. And during that time, like, I made dinner, got it in the oven or air fryer or whatever. And I was like, ooh, I have 20 minutes right now. I can check my email. I can work on my projects, or maybe write a little bit, maybe do a video. So I found that time one time, and it became my habit. And I know that a lot of people are saying, oh, this 21 days and everything. I literally think that one time could shift you, because then the next night I thought, ooh, I have that one time. I have that 20 to 30 minutes that, yes, I'm rushing and making dinner and I'm fitting it in. I'm not like doing a ritual before. And I know I follow this one woman, and she has like 15 journals. And I'm like, I barely have time to write in my one journal, let alone 15 to, I mean, I wouldn't even have any more time to do the thing that I'm journaling about doing. So anyway, I wanted to come out here and say sometimes it can be as like simple. I'm not trying to simplify it, because believe me, I know how busy life can get, and I know how we can get in our heads and make it so we don't do the thing that we want to do. And it has to be just right. It has to be perfect. And it stops us from moving forward and taking that next step. So I wanted to bring it back to simplicity and just a statement like, let's just do the thing. Let's just do that thing that we want to do and not make it too complicated, not make it perfect right away. And I have another example for this. So I write some women's fiction books that's in a Garden Valley setting. Like it's my Garden Valley series right now. I've written about 5 of them and I took them all down. I self-published them. I took them all down because I didn't like the covers. I felt like it needed a new edit because they never felt done. They just never felt done to me. I always felt like I needed another edit. But you know what happened when I got to the end of that edit? I started back over again because I still had this other list on the side of things that I wanted to add to my books. So I would fall into that trap and I'd go back through the whole novel again of 90,000 words, 300 pages, and I would re-edit it. And I would get to the end and I'm like, yeah, but I didn't add these things. So, I mean, I feel like we could get into that cycle of being in that one step that, yes, might be productive, but isn't getting us anywhere. We're not taking that next step that takes us to the next level. And I'm just out here to try and encourage you to go to that next level, to take not like 50 steps. You don't have to spend, a month or do the 50 steps. Take that one step. Maybe I'm wondering who out there has goals. Like, what are some goals that you guys have that you want to achieve in your life? You don't have to tell me. You can just tell yourself and you know what those are. But what is the first step to taking? What's the first step to achieving that goal? And I do this a lot. I have a lot of goals in every area of my life. And I love goal setting. I like writing it down. And I not like bragging or anything, but I think that I have the mindset to spend the time on them. And no, it's not perfect. Oh my gosh, I would love to do more in my like spirituality life, and I'd love to do different kinds of exercises and other projects with my kids and everything, but we don't have unlimited time, of course, but we can do a little bit at a time and take a little bit of that step. So the last 6 months, as another example, I've been here on YouTube. I've like put myself out there. I have not wanted to. I never thought I would be out here because there are things that I don't want to see on me, like oh, my hair looks frizzy today because I just got done swimming and I don't always like my voice. And editing, I was like, how in the heck do people edit? I literally, when I started YouTube, I did not know how to even put 2 clips together. I'm like, how do they do it to where they're showing their morning routine and they turn on the water and then they're over here, and how do they put those clips together? And I learned it and that was fine. I took that next step, and actually I use Filmora, and I'm not like a software type person like that. I use computers all the time at work, but different story. And I learned it. And so in December, I've told this story. I know this isn't even going to be the last time that I tell this story, but I needed a way to organize my videos and my ideas. And because I really liked being out here on YouTube, I think it's fun. I am a person with many words. It was funny. I came out with my books and I started to just like really, hi, Rosani, thank you for being here. And I started writing, and my mom is one of my biggest fans. Like, she just keeps me continuing to move forward because she's so encouraging. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, you must feel better because now you have all of those words out there." And I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of do." It's kind of like going to a therapist or something and you just blah, you like talk it out all the time. That's kind of how I feel a little bit about YouTube. But anyway, I had an idea, and this is what my series is about a little bit right now, is I'm talking about how I came up with a product idea and went for it. Like, I didn't even second guess it. Like, and that's not to brag at all. I'm hoping that this is more encouraging than anything else, but I didn't second guess it. Like, I just went for it and started it. That was step one. It was to start it, and I found a course so the thing is, it is out of the bag now, is that I designed a planner, and it's for video people. I don't wanna say YouTubers, but it's for people who do videos, and it's to help you, script it out and organize it. So you'll see it when I have it, I'll show it to you, but I found a course for this, like, it found me. I literally feel, like it found me, and I went through the course, and in that course, she talks a lot about, um, not looking at the big picture, because in the course, it's print school. It's called print school, and I do have an affiliate, but I'm not trying to, like, sell it right now at all. I just liked the idea of her having this map of where we're going. And she says, don't look at this whole thing. Yes, know that big picture, but today just look at that next step. And I thought that helped me so much, because honestly, I'm still waiting for my sample. It's driving me crazy because I want to hold my planner in my hands. I've been working on it every single day for the last 6 months, hundreds and hundreds of hours on this. And I'm so proud of it. I want to see it in my hands, and not just from my rinky dink at home printer and me like cutting it to size. I want to see it bound and everything, but right now I can't. And so what are my next steps right now? And I have a lot. Let me tell you, like, there was a lot to putting something out there. My next step with YouTube, I feel like, is what I'm gonna not say this right, and I'm so sorry. Vizal Padria said, and step two is more regular live streams. And I'm like, yes, that is what I would like to do, is come out here a little more often, because I don't know why this right here, the right eye keeps tearing up. I feel like that is something that I was talking about is holding me back, is the editing. So I'm just gonna be out on here maybe like 20 minutes, which we're coming up on right now. I've got to go pick up my kiddos from school, and I switched to a summer schedule at work. So I'm at home a lot more. I can't tell you how excited I am about that, because we've been gone from like 7 in the morning till about 8 at night, and I don't do well with that. I don't know who else is a homebody out there. Like, I love to be home. And I remember that as a kid, even, I think we developed that sort of thing, and I see it in my younger child. But anyway, this theme of continuing forward and just keep going has been following me all year. My daughter's in the 8th grade, and she was struggling with math because they were moving, like pre-algebra, they were moving fast. They would learn something, and then like the next week they'd practice it, and then the next week they'd have a test, and then the very next day start something again. And she kept like looking at this book that she had, and she's like, oh my gosh, how are we going to get through all of it? I'm like, we're not tonight. We're not going to do that tonight. We're just going to literally turn the page and read it and see what we're doing right now. So that's what I'm encouraging you to do, is to look at your goal, look at your thing that you're working on, and what is the next thing that you can do? And what can you do to kind of get out of your way to continue forward? And for me, that was forgetting how my hair looks like today because of swimming, and forget about like where I'm at. I was gonna do this in the parking lot, and I was like, I just can't. I'm not at that step yet, you guys. Like, I'm not ready to go out in public and start talking to my phone. So that might be like my next 50 steps out of, in the future. So I'm just encouraging you to keep going, to take that next step, to keep going. And yesterday I talked to mom and we had a heart to heart, and she told me something that has been very hard in their lives. I'm not going to reveal it or anything, but I just had to tell her, you're doing good, mom. You really are. And she's like, I just feel like every day is so hard, and I'm not me anymore. And I said, you just have to do today. You just have to do today, and for your kids and for you. And then tomorrow you'll just do tomorrow. And that's what we need to do. Like, what do we have today? Maybe you have that 20 minutes when you've popped dinner in the oven and your kids are happy and you can work on something. But I will be here to encourage you to go for your goals and for your dreams, because that's what I'm doing. I'm busy, and I like to show kind of by example. And no, some days we can't spend as much time as others, but one thing's for sure, like if we spend zero time on those goals, zero is going to get done, if that makes sense. Is that even a complete sentence? But I hope that this encourages you to move forward. And I hope that I'm going to be out here on lives, because this is actually a lot of fun. And I think I pushed the X in the upper left-hand corner, you guys. I don't even know if I know how to how to end the live. There's an arrow on the bottom right that I think means forward. There's a plus sign. Yeah, we're just going to push the X and see what happens. So I thank you for being here. And if you're watching the replay, I really want to know like what your goals are right now. What is your next step? That's your homework. So go ahead and do that. I don't have any more homework because this is the last day of school. I'm very excited about that. We've spent hundreds of hours of homework. So anyway, thank you. I hope you have a great day. I hope you go for it. That is kind of the theme right now, is to just do it anyway. So go do the thing anyway. Bye. I'll see you next time.